History tells us global superpowers are a modern invention. We are taught that empire began with Rome, Egypt, or Sumer. But buried deep beneath the earth lies a terrifying truth that shatters everything we thought we knew. 12,000 years ago, an advanced, highly coordinated global superpower ruled this planet. They didn't leave books or records. Instead, they wrote their terrifying legacy in high-precision megalithic stone across every single continent. Look closely at the world's oldest ruins. We are told they were built by primitive hunter-gatherers using basic tools. Yet the forensic evidence reveals something completely impossible. Machine-like precision carved into prehistoric, unyielding rock. Millions of tons of granite and diorite were cut, moved, and lifted with microscopic accuracy. No gaps, no mortar, just perfect geometric alignment. This level of engineering requires a unified, industrial global force. Stop and consider this chilling anomaly. How did isolated civilizations, separated by vast, impassable oceans, utilize the exact same complex architectural blueprints? They were connected by an overarching, dominant, prehistoric global superpower. From the peaks of Peru to the hills of Turkey, the signature of this lost empire is identical. They utilized megalithic architecture as a universal language, a permanent declaration of their absolute, unstoppable planetary dominance. Our current global superpowers rely on digital networks and steel. This prehistoric empire relied on something far more permanent. They manipulated geography itself, leaving behind structures that have successfully survived multiple planetary cataclysms. Who were the masterminds behind this global network? Mainstream archaeology remains completely silent, dismissing these high-precision anomalies as mere coincidences. But the mathematical reality tells a completely different, far more sinister story. When we analyze the drill marks on ancient basalt, the rotation speeds match modern CNC machinery. This isn't the work of copper chisels and stone hammers. This is remnants of an industrialized, highly advanced superstate. This empire didn't just build structures. They engineered the landscape to broadcast their authority. Every site was strategically placed along major telluric currents, forming a massive energetic grid that spanned the entire globe. Let that sink in for a moment. A global energy grid active 12,000 years ago. If this sounds like science fiction, you haven't looked closely at the profound mathematical alignment linking these ancient anomalies together. When you map the coordinates of Easter Island, Nazca, and Giza, they form a perfect, unbroken circle around the planet. The statistical probability of this happening by pure chance is practically zero. It was deliberately planned. This immense alignment proves that a singular authority possessed a complete, highly accurate map of the Earth long before modern geography. They operated with total planetary awareness, controlling resources on a truly global scale. In South America, we find massive stone blocks weighing over 100 tons, molded and shaped as if they were soft clay. The technology required to liquefy stone points directly to an advanced, forgotten superpower. Why did they choose the hardest materials available? Granite, basalt, and diorite are notoriously difficult to carve. Yet this prehistoric superpower selected them exclusively because they knew these materials would withstand the ravages of time. They were building for the deep future. They knew their civilization would eventually face a cyclical, planet-wide destruction. By encoding their knowledge into indestructible stone, they ensured their legacy would survive the end of days. Today, the remnants of this global empire lie hidden beneath hundreds of feet of ocean water and dense, unexplored jungle canopy. Every year, new discoveries push the timeline of advanced human civilization further back. If you are ready to uncover the hidden truths that mainstream history desperately tries to conceal, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Join us as we decode the mysteries of our ancient past. This lost superpower didn't just master geometry, they mastered the science of frequency. Many of these prehistoric monolithic structures are perfectly tuned to resonant frequencies that directly affect the human brain and consciousness. Acoustic engineering on this scale requires an intimate understanding of physics and wave mechanics. It suggests that this ancient superpower utilized sound as a precise tool for levitation, cutting, or perhaps even global communication. Imagine a world where sound moves mountains. This is the radical reality the evidence points toward. Our ancestors weren't primitive. They possessed a completely different branch of advanced technology that we are only now beginning to comprehend. When we look at the precision of ancient Egyptian vases made of hard schist, they show perfect symmetry that can only be achieved on a high-speed lathe. The signatures of advanced industry are absolutely everywhere. We are conditioned to look at the past through a lens of linear progress. We assume we are the pinnacle of human achievement. But history is cyclical, and we are simply living in the shadow of giants. Hundreds of these perfect stone spheres have been discovered in Costa Rica and Bosnia. They vary in size, yet their sphericity is mathematically perfect. They serve as unmistakable markers of an organized, global engineering initiative. Notice the striking architectural layers. The oldest foundations are always the largest, most precise, and completely impossible to replicate. The younger structures on top are primitive and sloppy. This proves a regression of human technology. Across Bolivia, Egypt, and Cambodia, we find the exact same T-shaped metal clamps used to lock massive stones together. This specific, highly niche metallurgical technique proves a direct cultural or economic link between these distant regions. A single global superpower distributed this advanced metallurgy worldwide. They monitored the planet's seismic activity and built earthquake-proof, interlocking structures using techniques that modern engineering still struggles to fully replicate or explain today. What happened to this unstoppable global superpower? How could an empire so advanced completely vanish from the face of the Earth? The answer lies in a sudden, terrifying cosmic cataclysm that occurred 12,000 years ago. A cosmic impact of unprecedented proportions. The Younger Dryas impact hypothesis suggests that multiple fragments of a disintegrating comet struck the North American ice sheet, instantly triggering a global apocalypse that wiped the slate clean. Glaciers melted instantly, causing sea levels to rise violently by hundreds of feet. The coastal capitals of this prehistoric superpower were completely swallowed by the ocean, erased from history in a matter of mere hours. Their advanced machinery, their digital or spiritual records, and their vast cities were completely pulverized by the force of the cataclysm. Only their most massive, deeply anchored stone monuments managed to survive the deluge. The surviving remnants of humanity were thrown back into the Stone Age. Deprived of their global infrastructure, tech networks, and industrial base, they became simple hunter-gatherers, forced to fight daily for their basic survival. They passed down stories of this golden age through oral traditions, transforming the advanced rulers of the past into mythical gods, entities capable of moving mountains and controlling the elements with simple sound. Thousands of years later, newer civilizations like the Aztecs, Incas, and Egyptians discovered these massive, indestructible foundations. They built their own cities on top of them, mistakenly claiming credit for the impossible engineering below. This is why mainstream history is fundamentally broken. It attributes the incredible, high-precision work of a lost prehistoric global superpower to the later, primitive cultures who simply reoccupied and inherited these sacred sites. The evidence of this ancient superpower is hidden in plain sight. It forces us to confront a terrifying question. If a civilization that dominant could be completely erased, what does that mean for our modern world? We are currently living in a fragile window of stability. The cosmic cycles that wiped out the first global superpower have not stopped. They are ticking away quietly in the background of our collective amnesia. The rise of global superpowers is not a unique achievement of the 21st century. It is a recurring chapter in a grand, cosmic cycle of rise, fall, destruction, and ultimate erasure that repeats indefinitely. The stones are waiting. They hold the blueprint of our past and a stark warning for our immediate future. We just need to find the courage to look beyond the manufactured lies of history. The truth about the first global superpower is out there, carved forever into the unyielding rock of our planet. The only question left is, will we remember before the cycle resets once again?